hey guys, I know. I actually got the haircut. I've only been saying I needed one for what? 2 or 3 months? Yeah, got one. Didn't take much off the top though. Didn't take too much, but it's better than nothing. I'm starting to look a little scruffy. But, so I finally took Christmas off. Other than, well, for the first 7 years, pretty much, other than the mandated one of working locally because, well, everything was closed. You can't work if everything's closed. So I don't count that. If I'm being forced to sit, it's different than voluntarily taking time off. But yeah, I took what, 4 days off? Friday, well, technically I worked Friday. But, you know, I went home after I was, well, not home, but I went and met the girlfriend at her family's afterwards, which I was like 2.5 hour drive from Pottsville, because it was down in the Philly area. Actually wasn't too bad. Traffic was surprisingly easy. Now, the 26th on the other hand, whole different fucking story, but, so, yeah, it took Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, Monday all off, and headed out Tuesday, which, Tuesday, 26th, and it felt weird. It felt weird, actually, you know, sitting around twiddling my thumbs. Don't mind me. I, of course, got a fucking cold, though, when I was at the family's house, and it is just bugging my fucking head. It's just driving me nuts. I mean, it's the third day of it, and the first day was the hardest. Not like having a non-stop headache all day. That was rough. Not to mention the fact that I did 300 miles in 7 fucking hours. Yes, 7 hours to go 300 miles. I don't know what was worse, a headache or that. And sadly and luckily, northbound had it way worse than I did. I was heading southbound. Northbound had it way worse. Like 90 miles from Richmond to DC, and it was bumper to bumper, like mostly stopped. I think I maybe saw like 10-15 miles of actual traffic flow where it was actually flowing. There were like 3 or 4 accidents. It was pretty dumb. You know, what a way to spend holidays. Soon as you know the holiday's over, boom, you're in the hospital. It's like fucking dumb. Southbound, I mean, it was, I think I had like 3 stops for like 23 minutes total. And I don't understand why. Nothing happened. It wasn't like people were heavily coming on the interstate. I think it was rubbernecking. I think that's what it was. I think it was rubbernecking. Because I was looking around, I was like, why the fuck are we stopping? There's nothing happening. And then I get up to the exit, and the on-ramp's nothing there. I was like, okay, so it's gotta be rubberneckers. But with the holidays, meaning with the holidays, obviously, it means this week was short. Not much you can do about it. I am gonna be doing it a little different next year. Next year, because this taught me my lessons with Thanksgiving and Christmas. I'm gonna go ahead and just pay the truck payment for like Christmas and Thanksgiving week in advance. That way, if that's what the money I expect to make, if I'm gonna take the holiday off or take some days off, I can still have a check. Not much of a check, but a decent sized check for only working 3 or 4 days, you know. Because pay period ends Friday Friday MST at like 23:59. They give you all the way till midnight, pretty much, on Friday. So that way, you know, 4 days, I can get someone check. Because I mean, I'm only gonna end up doing well, technically, let's get into it. Actually, let's talk to it afterwards. All right, so I booked this load before Thursday or Friday, so before that actually went off. Could I gotten some more money? Maybe. Maybe. I mean, I checked before I left Tuesday morning to see if there's anything better. And no, there really wasn't. So, I mean, maybe like $100, but yeah. And with it being such a short week, kind of threw off what I could do. So I was like, well, fuck it. I just go to Florida, get as much revenue in this week as possible, and just hopefully it works out for the best next week. Which, spoiler alert, coming out of Florida next week's gonna be pretty fucking nice. Pretty nice. I got over $2 a mile coming out. Spoiler alert. Stay tuned for that shit. And also, it was not a customer load. So, I originally came down to Florida to just get as much revenue and just grab a customer load. But I saw a load before, and my customer load happened, so I pounced on it. I mean, when you get as much money coming out of Florida as I did, you'll see. Stay tuned for that shit. Easy load too. Well, knock on wood. I'm picking it up tomorrow, but alright, so I'm not counting the deadhead from Pottsville to this reload. Or to this pickup I picked up coming out of the house, right? Coming out of the holiday. I'm only counting the deadhead from where I parked the truck for the holidays to the load. Because it's the way I do it every single time. If I'm going on off time, that means the truck is technically off time. And where I parked the truck, I ended up parking it further away than I needed to anyways. But due to the fact we got into the affiliate market at like 2030, I had to park a little further away. But either way, so deadhead was 59 miles. This was in Vineland, New Jersey to Elkton, Florida, and Lake City. So 2-stopper, 995 total mile or loaded miles for a total of 1054. This part's gonna make you laugh. So it paid overall gross, and I'll mention my cut. Overall gross $29.77. I had asked for $3K. They rounded up. I got told no for $23. $29.77. An odd number is the max they were willing to do. And I was like, all right, fuck it, whatever. And I quote the broker, we're trying to get ahead of the holiday. It's not a battle worth fighting for. Not fucking $23. And okay, or 123, because I mean, yeah, I could have got 31. Seems to be like most I could have got. My cut was $26.49.53. This guy's lost. I watched him pull out, come back a couple minutes later, and now I don't know what he's doing. I have no idea. It was M&O Freezer, M&O Freezer, or cold storage, technically both the same name. And they actually weren't too bad. Overnight parking, they loaded pretty quick. A little busy because of the holiday. Like, they were a lot busier. I guess they said they had about double the trucks they normally do around that time. My appointment was for noon. I got there around 10:30, 11. I mean, I stood in line for a little bit, like 40 minutes. There were a lot of trucks trying to check in. And I was out at like noon 30, so. And it was going to KeHE and Target. And let me just fucking tell you, KeHE and Elkton, fucking Florida, can go fuck themselves. 4 pallets, okay? 4 pallets, all they got. It took an hour and a half to check in. And there was 20 more people behind me. And this guy joked up, so what? We're gonna stand out in line for 3 hours? I tried to check on the side. I wasn't gonna check all side out loud because that would have been a little mean, but. And the reason why they go fuck themselves, hour and a half in line, okay? For them to spend 20 minutes taking the pallet, or take those 4 pallets off, and give me 10 minutes for the lumper, and I was done 30 minutes. 30 fucking minutes, I'm done. So, of the 2 hours, 30 minutes of that was actually unloading me. Now, I have a feeling I'm going to be at this Target for like 5 hours, because this Target is the bad one, but at least they have overnight parking at this Huddle House and the small truck stop and the hotel all within a mile and a half. Broker's Chop Tank Hub group, in case you guys are wondering. It was 36,000 pounds, relatively light, 34 degrees continuous. I kind of cheated a little bit. Wasn't going to run that 34 all the way down. Did 34 stop till yesterday. That's all I fucking did though this week. So, again, just like Thanksgiving, my fixed costs are covered, but half my fuel costs will not be. It is what it is. Next week we'll easily make up for it. I'm learning some things off these, pretty much off this my first year book mile loads and seasonal freight. Where some things you don't really have to worry about when you contract, right? Like I can control the contract variables because they're all fixed. I can manipulate them how I need to. That guy's doing a horrible job back in. Pro tip, guys, get very comfortable doing 90 degrees. Like Kihi was relatively tight according to reviews. But if you are very, very comfortable setting it for 90, it is not tight. My truck is about a couple feet longer than most over the road trucks, for aerodynamic trucks that is. Not because of wheelbase, although I have a slight, I think mine's like 239, something like that. It's because my fifth wheel is I have a sliding fifth wheel, but where my fifth wheel plate is now, it's the furthest I can slide it up. I can only slide it backwards, so I can actually make myself longer. But my trailer is not up on the quarter fenders. So, get very comfortable doing 90. It will save you. And also, nowhere does it ever say that your trailer, or your truck and trailer have to be straight with each other. Pro tip, when you're setting up for a 90, here's your trailer. It's okay for the truck to be like this. You're already in the pivot point, which saves you some swing out room. Because you're going to immediately be pushing the trailer where you want it to go. Pro tip. I guess that's pro tips. But yeah, I think next year, learning some lessons out this year. Like I said, I've only been booking my own freight since July, second or third week of July. Could I have made money this week? Yeah. If I had a little more risk though, especially with 2 weeks, well, because New Year's, people close New Year's also. So 2 holidays, Monday and Monday, and across 2 weeks. I just said fuck it. Instead of risking it and getting that load through the weekend that delivers like Tuesday or whatever, then going home or going for that family for a couple of days also would have been a less off time too, by probably a day. Maybe. Either way, it's gonna work out, right? I mean, next year, 24 is starting off wonderful. It's already shaping up to be my highest revenue, well, take-home month I've had in the last quarter. Although, to be fair, part of that was some extra deductions being taken out over the last couple months. Because bad drivers ruin it, so people can't stop damaging shit, so you gotta fucking pay for it. But, that adds up. But I learned some lessons here. I'm starting to get consistent again, which is good. Part of that was those deductions going away, kind of really helps. Downside is I need to get new steer tires in like March. Whatever. But I've learned some lessons. Like Thanksgiving, pay your truck payment ahead of time. Christmas, pay your truck payment ahead of time. I would have had a really nice check. Okay. My check would be out with my fixed costs taken care of. What, about another $1,200 more? So I would have had a pretty nice check. Or at least decent. It wouldn't have been great, it would have been decent. Now, if rates go up another 20 or 30 cents on average, that changes everything. That changes almost everything. But how was your guys' Christmas week? Did you guys stay off all day? Or all week? You guys do it a little differently? How do you guys set up your Christmas holidays as owner offset? I don't care about company. I gotta worry about, covering expenses. other than just normal bills. That I also have the same bills at home too, unless you're homeless, and that's different. How do you guys set them up? Granted, I do have a truck and trailer I pay for, so it means I have a lot higher. My floor is a lot higher than where I'd like it. Be a whole different story if I had about $500-600 less to worry about. But definitely come back next week, because it's gonna be interesting. I've never seen a load. Now, granted, okay, the load I got in Florida technically was closer to $3 a mile, but I don't care about the $3 a mile because it's not my cut. Although I do book off the loads off the overall gross, because that affects my gross too. But I saw that load and I was like, that shit's down here? I gotta keep that in mind. I didn't know that's a thing. Now, I was told though, pretty much of my reload, so not the pickup tomorrow, not the load out of Florida, but the reload was a little bit lucky, because it's not a load that they would have put on the spot market, but they had capacity issues, so I picked it up. Benefit of being out a little earlier than a lot of people calling off home time, because a lot of people with all holidays they take these 2 weeks off, so rates might be pretty good for me for the next couple weeks. We should find out though, because January and February are usually pretty slow. I don't care how slow it is, as long as they can stay consistent, and hopefully fuel costs don't rise. They've rose about 9 cents. Anyways, you guys stay safe out there. Catch you next time. Bye.